Welcome sa Day 4 of our 60 Days of Basic Networking dito sa Tech Academy. For today's video, ang topic or ang pag-uusapan naman natin is all about OSI model. So kung ready ka na, I'm ready. Let's go! Medyo may pagka-old school or kalumaan itong mga topics na ito, pero isa ito sa mga foundation or fundamentals ng networks, kaya kailangan nating kumbaga aralin or daanan uli. Or think of it like a refresh na lang. Kasi I know you've heard this frameworks before. Okay? So when we talked about the OSI reference model or what we called Open Systems Interconnection, ginawa ito para kumbaga magkaroon ng communication or uniform communication yung bawat devices or bawat computing devices natin or applications, even if it was created by different vendors or manufacturers. Kasi 'di ba kung iisipin nyo, bakit kahit iba't ibang brand ng cellphone na meron tayo, nakaka-communicate tayo sa iba't ibang application or gumagana yung iba't ibang application natin, right? Now, yung mga laptops natin, kahit iba't ibang brand, gumagana yung different operating system or for example, yung mga application, and then yung mga LAN card natin, swak lahat ng RJ45 or dapat swak lahat ng RJ45, or yung wireless interface card natin, nare-receive yung mga signal from the router itself. Does that make sense? Diba? So they follow a certain frameworks or model, and then isa na doon si Open Systems Interconnection. Pero in the internet or in the networks today, ang ginagamit na talaga is TCP/IP, which is pag-uusapan natin after this video. Pero let's go ahead and brush up or refresh again the layers of the OSI model. Okay, so yung una is what we called application layer. So kapag pinag-usapan natin yung tinatawag nating application layer ni OSI model, it pertains to the application that is closest to the user. So, kumbaga ito yung ginagamit natin na program. Kumbaga ito yung ginagamit ng user to communicate to the network. But hindi siya yung mismong program or hindi siya yung mismong software. It's basically the protocol, okay, or the services uses by the application. So, take note of this kasi maraming nalilito dito eh. Okay? So, for example, in web services, you're using Google Chrome or Safari or Firefox. Hindi yung mga yun kasi yung mga yun ay program or software. Okay? Yung protocol na ginagamit or services na ginagamit ng program na yun. Does that make sense? So, for web services, more likely, 99.99%, we're using HTTPS, yung secure, yung hypertext transfer protocol natin na secure, or kung meron pa man ngayon na luma, yung HTTP. Pero not the program or not the application itself, not the software itself, kundi yung protocol or services na ginagamit ng program na yon. Okay? Take note of that. Okay? So pag pinag-usapan natin ng email, for example, we have SMTP or POP3. So yan yung mga services or mga common protocols in terms of email services. Okay, so of course marami pang iba like DNS and so on and so forth, pero you get my point here. Okay, yung protocol or yung services na ginagamit ng application natin. Okay, so yun yung tinatawag natin or pumapasok sa application layer ni OSI model. So let's talk about the next one, which is the presentation layer. So pagdating naman sa presentation, from the word itself, it is how the data is being presented on the next layer, okay, or on the program. So dito pumapasok yung format as well as yung encoding. So kapag sinabi nating format is basically, for example, a photo, 'di ba? Pwedeng .jpeg, .png, ano pa ba? .photoshop, meron ba doon? Anyway, so you get my point, 'di ba? So kung paano yung pagkaka-format ng data. Right? Now kapag ka naman multimedia, so we have .mp3, .mp4, .mkb, .flb, and so on. Diba? So yun yung mga format or mga karaniwang format how the data is presented in our computer, in the communications today. Now, kasama rin of course yung encoding, like for example yung UTF-8, which is basically the encoding or character encoding na ginagamit sa internet right now. Kasi si ASCII is a subset of UTF-8. Okay? So, dyan pumapasok, yung mga yan ang pumapasok sa tinatawag nating presentation layer ni OSI model. Does that make sense? We're good with this. This is just a refresh. Kasi alam ko natutunan mo na to nung college probably, and we're just going a refresh here. Kasi nga isa to sa mga frameworks na kailangan nating maunawa, o isa sa mga fundamentals na kailangan nating laging naiintindihan. Okay? So, let's move on. The next one is what we call the session layer, which is concerned sa establishing, maintaining, and synchronizing ng mga sessions. So yung start and stop ng kada session is basically handled at the session layer. For example, you are trying to, kumbaga meron kang gustong gawin in terms of your computer, connecting to another computer, and you have different applications open. So yung mga session ng mga protocols na yon is being handled at the session layer. Okay, so ang ilan sa example is ng protocol na nabibilang sa session layer is the RPC or Remote Procedure Call protocol, as well as tunneling. Pumapasok siya dyan kasi nga it's on what we call this, maintaining and establishing and terminating the sessions. Does that make sense? Good. Let's move on. So sa transport layer naman, dito pa lang nagsisimula yung tinatawag natin na host-to-host communication. Ibig sabihin dito pa lang nagsisimulang mag-move or mag-transfer tayo ng data. Okay? Kasi dito, it's all about application side pa eh. Now, in here, dito sa transport layer natin pagdating sa OSI, dyan nagsisimula yung pag-transport natin ng data. Now, when it comes to transport layer ng OSI, ang dalawa sa kumbaga sikat is what we call TCP and UDP. So, yung mga yan is also a team or a suite of protocols na ginagamit natin when it comes to transporting data. So, kapag ka TCP, this is what we call the reliable connection or connection-oriented, which means merong acknowledgement, nandyan yung three-way handshake, and nandyan yung error checking, nandyan yung flow control. So, katulad niyan, reliability, multiplexing. So, it all pertains to TCP way of transport. Now, kapag ka UDP, wala tayong ganun. Okay? Kapag ka UDP, it's more of like VoIP or live streaming as is nangyayaring event. So, hindi na nagkakaroon ng error checking and so on. So, we have a separate lesson about TCP and UDP in the next coming videos or modules. Pag-uusapan natin na mas malalim doon. Let's talk with the layer 3, which is what we call the network layer. Dito naman pumapasok yung tinatawag nating logical addressing. Logical means it can be changed. Hindi siya fixed. Hindi siya permanent. So, nandyan yung packet forwarding. So, pino-forward natin yung packet with the use of or with the help of IP addresses. Okay, yun yung mga logical addresses ng mga devices natin, which is siniset natin or ino-obtain nila. Pero sabi ko nga, it's logical. That means it's not fixed or it's not permanent. Okay, so dito na rin pumapasok yung mga routing or routing protocols kasi they are the one concerned kung, for example, nasa same network ba yung destination or nasa remote network, papaano natin i-forward doon? Kaninong exit interface, anong IP, anong routing protocol, anong routing table, and so on. So we're gonna talk about that pagdating natin sa routing and sa IP addressing. Pero that's basically what's inside the network layer ni OSI model. Okay, let's move on with the next. So, before we moved on onto the next layer, gusto lang kitang imbitahan na maging part ng aming alumni community or Tech Academy alumni community when you enroll to our CCNA Masterclass program or CCNA Masterclass, which will help you learn networking in a more deeper level, plus will help you prepare to your CCNA certification exam. Okay? Ito lahat ng detail. This is what we have. CCNA Masterclass is an online program that will help you learn CCNA even if you're starting from scratch. So it's a self-paced online course, meaning recorded na yung mga videos natin dahil sobrang dami. Para you can study on your own anytime na convenient sa'yo kahit nasa ang lupalop ka pa ng mundo. Basta may internet, syempre. First, so here's what you're gonna get when you join the CCNA Masterclass. So yung complete CCNA video tutorials, as I mentioned, we already updated this to version 1.1. So dinagdag na natin yung mga bagong topics like AI, machine learning, and so on. Plus, we also have lab exercises and challenges built in Packet Tracer and GNS3. And then we also have quizzes to refresh or to test what you've learned. Practice exam para makapag-prepare ka in your official certification exam. We also have a private member study group or Facebook group ng mga alumni natin. Okay? And then of course, yung mga slides na ginamit natin sa presentation can also be downloaded. Pwedeng mag-silbing reviewer mo din pag mag-exam ka na. And then official training certificate pag natapos mo yung exam. Okay? And then of course, priority support from me and my virtual assistant or the Tech Academy team. And then mga self-study tools na kasama na rin doon sa portal natin para nandun na lahat yung gagamitin mo like mga iOS for GNS3, Packet Tracer installer, and so on and so forth. Right? And then, ito yung mga bonuses na kasama. So, CCNA Fundamentals ebook. So, sabihin na natin hindi ka nanalo sa raffle, talagang alat na alat ka sa raffle ni Sir Billy. Pang 10 join mo na ng webinar, hindi ka pa rin nabunot. So, mag-enroll ka na. Makukuha mo yun ng libre. Right? Additionally, we also have expert interview series kung saan in-interview ko yung mga nakasamahan ko dati at ilang experts sa industry. Actually, may mga bago pa to, hindi ko pa lang nadadagdag at na-interview yung iba dahil laging conflict ang schedule. So kasama na rin doon. Pag wala kang magawa at marami kang oras, pwede mo silang panoorin as an inspiration or makakuha ka ng tips. And then, goal setting and study tips kasama rin. May ilang module or lessons tayo on how to set goals, paano makakatulong and so on. And then ito, malaking tulong to dun sa mga estudyante natin. We have self-study calendar. Actually, pwede mong gawin to eh. Di ba? Kung nag-study ka right now using other resources, ilista mo yung lahat ng lessons na aralin mo, lagyan mo ng schedule kung anong oras. For example, in our course, ito yung mga aralin mo sa day 1. Recommended. Okay? Para nang sa ganun, let's say busy ka, may trabaho ka, or parent ka, for example, hindi ka na information overload. Pag upo mo ng PC mo, alam mo na yung gagawin mo. Nakalatag na. Diba? So, if you can allot 2 hours per day, you can finish CCNA Masterclass in 43 days. 2 hours per day. So, kahit may trabaho ka, pwede kang mag-aral. Dahil nga pre-recorded na yung mga course, so anytime na convenient sa'yo, pwede. Siyempre, it is recommended na aralin mo multiple times para talagang matutunan mo. Okay? And then additionally, we have career tips, lessons din para mabigyan kayo ano yung mga ginagawa ng ganito, interview tips pag malapit ka na ma-interview and so on. And then of course, may mga pagkakataon na nagmi-meet up yung mga alumni natin. Tapos nag-i-invite ako ng mga experts sa industry like for example, si Ian, tsaka si Renzo, nandyan. Yan si Renzo. Tapos sila Carlo, sila Jay, mga kasamahan ko dati. Nung nakaraan sila Shaky at sila Sir Del na galing din sa Guidem. So, o mga Guidem din. Hindi lang siya meet up eh. So, meet up dahil nandun kami, mag-aambagan kami sa pagkain, sagot ko na yung venue. Tapos nag-i-invite din tayo ng speaker para magbigay ng tips doon sa mga sa atin as IT career kung ano yung next step na ideal for us. So, para na rin magkita-kita tayo online. I mean, nagkita-kita in person kasi online tong CCNA Masterclass natin. So, talagang it's a real community. So, this year end, sana maayos, sana ma-plancha natin na maganda. We're gonna have a meet up again. Okay? So, and additionally, we're giving still, okay, full and lifetime access. Meaning, kapag ka nag-enroll ka, tapos naging CCNA version 4 na in the near future, may access ka pa rin. Right? Yung mga students natin since 2018, may access pa rin sila right now. Pero next year, we're trying to change na kasi i-upgrade ko yung platform sa mas maayos para maraming options. Like merong timed exam, may hands-on and so on. And we're trying to check kung kakayanin na maging subscription-based na. Kasi more on the mga tutorials right now. INE, CBT Nuggets, mga foreign, di ba? Subscription-based sila. Diba? So, we're checking pa and we will announce. Pero right now, we're still giving full and lifetime access sa mga courses natin. Meaning, pag nag-enroll ka, you will get the updates moving forward. Okay? So, additionally, pagka nag-enroll ka, tapos nakita mo yung content at hindi mo nagustuhan yung nasa loob, like hindi mo nagustuhan yung boses ko, yung mga lessons and so on, you are covered by a 30 days money back guarantee. You can ask for a refund within the 30 days, no questions asked. Okay, so paano mag-enroll? And paano yung payment and instructions? Go to techacademy.ph/CCNA. Yung data link naman, kung si network layer is logical addressing, pagdating kay data link layer, it's what we call physical addressing. That means it's fixed or it's permanent. Ibig sabihin, hindi natin siya nababago. Built-in or burned-in siya doon sa device. Let's take for example, yung mga LAN card natin or yung wireless interface card natin or yung SIM card natin. Meron silang mga fixed na MAC address natin na tinatawag di ba? Hindi natin nababago 'yun. So nahahati 'yun dun sa OUI at saka dun sa mismong identifier ng card, di ba? So for example, yung LAN card mo, hindi mo na nababago yung address, yung physical address niya yun, burned in or built in sa doon sa LAN card mismo. Ganun din yung wireless interface card ng mga laptops and smartphones natin, di ba? So kapag sinabi nating physical addressing, dito pumapasok yung frame synchronization kasi when we talk about the layer 2 or data link, frame ang tawag natin doon sa protocol data unit. Okay? So, dito rin pumapasok yung error and flow control. Actually, yung error checking at saka flow control kapag ang ginagamit nating transport is TCP. Kasi nga nabanggit ko kanina, di ba? Meron siyang three-way handshake, it's a reliable or connection-oriented types of communication. So, chine-check niya kung yung sinend ba na packet or sabihin nating frame is walang error. Kung may error, syempre, hihingi niya or i-resend niya yon. Or tsaka yung flow control kung nare-receive ba niya ng tama nung receiver yung segment or yung data na sinesend nung sender natin. Kung hindi, bawasan mo yan. So, yun. We're gonna talk about that pagdating natin sa TCP/IP. Sa TCP and UDP protocol, pero that's basically the idea. Okay? Another one, of course, media access control which pertains to the MAC addresses. So, MAC address again, it's a hexadecimal characters that is an identifier of the device itself. Like for example, yung mga laptops natin may LAN card or wireless interface card nga, and then yung sa SIM card natin and so on. So built-in or burned-in na yun dun sa device. It's their physical address. So yung tinatawag natin or pumapasok dun sa data link layer ni OSI model. Gets? Good. Let's move on. So the last one, the first layer, kapag galing ka sa baba, itinatawag nating physical layer. So dito naman pumapasok yung transfer of bits na. Okay, so remember, bits naman yung PDU niya pag nasa layer 1. Okay, so bit synchronization, of course, dito pumapasok yung modulation kapag dumadaan sa mga modem natin. Kasi nga, yung electrical signals kung copper, and then optical signals kung fiber, and then electromagnetic waves kung wireless, it's all about the physical layer. So yung cables and connectors or yung medium of transfer basically belongs to the physical layer. Right? So, this basically are the 7 layers of the OSI model. Again, this is just a refresh kasi nadaanan at na-discuss na rin naman sa to before. And kung hindi mo na-gets, well, dapat ngayon, gets mo na. Okay? So, let's do a recap. Okay? So, again, application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and physical. And of course, kailangan natatandaan natin yan. So, before we end this lesson, gamitin natin yung abbreviation na sikat. I think high school pa lang ako, naririnig ko na to, which is please do not throw sausage pizza away. So, pag ganyan yung pagbasa niya, pataas, para matandaan mo yung OSI layer. Okay? Now, sabi ng iba, okay, I'm not sure kung alam nyo to, there is a layer 8 here. Alam nyo ba yung layer 8? Which is basically the user itself.